Today on Singles Court, when Blake ran into his ex, a blast from the past ruined his new relationship.
She calls Tracy and accused me of having sex with her.
Now he wants the chance to get on top of things again.
What do you want me to do?
I want her to tell Tracy that it was just...
That what?
It was an accident.
And pennies from heaven became the issue from hell.
After the fun was done, the bank phoned me and said, we want our money back.
Dave says it's payback time.
So I asked her for the money. She clicked the phone in my ear. Click.
Pam thinks he should be left holding the bag.
He needs to take responsibility for everything that he does.
And how is he going to do that? By you not helping him?
Hello and welcome to Singles Court. Have you ever had a problem in your relationship that you just couldn't seem to work out yourself? Well, that's a situation that today's singles are facing. And they've come to the right place to get a resolution because they have found a woman who was an author, a lecturer, she even ran her own dating service. She is relationship expert Angela Siegel.
You just build that up. I just thought you were going to do like this little, there's not a problem that I can't fix.
There's not a problem that I
can't fix. I'm just going to break it to...
It's the yellow jacket today.
It's the jacket.
Get ready. Get ready, because today you are going to meet Blake and Tonya. Now, Blake accuses Tonya of destroying his relationship with his new girlfriend. Tonya thinks he got what was coming to him. I call it the case of sex with the ex.
Blake, you're not too happy, are you?
No, I'm not. I mean, she's a liar. You know, she's a liar. She's a drunk. I'm going to tell you right now, she's a liar.
Wait.
She's a drunk.
Okay, let's establish some rules. One person at a time.
Okay, I'm going to talk
well,
first.
How about me
No, I'm going to talk, okay? I'm going to talk because she's looking at me.
I have nothing to say. I don't even know why.
You're lying, you're drunk, so I should do the talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, first of all, let me tell you, last week I was at a bar with my girlfriend Tracy.
What a surprise.
It was a surprise, I know, actually.
Big surprise.
I'm talking here. I'm talking. I was at a bar with my girlfriend Tracy, and my ex-girlfriend Tonya shows up. I broke up with her about 2 months ago, right? Her heart was broken because of that.
Oh, yeah, really? You know, I can do better than you.
Oh, you're an ice cream scooper. You're an ice cream scooper.
Okay.
Excuse me. You're an ice cream scooper.
Is there a point in here somewhere?
It's like we've got De Niro and Pacino all wrapped into one over there. I don't know exactly.
Scaring me.
Keep hearing this voice. Excuse me. Sorry. Anyway.
That's the voices inside your head, huh? You crazy?
You know what? Both of you are going to be outside the door. I'm serious. Go ahead. Now, you're at a bar.
Right, we're at this bar, my girlfriend and I, Tracy, and I noticed Tonya, and she's a little drunk. Well, not a little, she was a lot drunk, actually.
Do you even know what drunk
You were stumbling all over the place.
Do you get drunk with 2 beers? I don't know about you, but I don't.
You had like 12 beers. Excuse me, you had 12 beers.
Okay, so
you know
she's
he's lying.
Tonya, you know what? You're not gonna get your story out, and
well,
you're gonna be mad.
He's just telling lies. What's the point?
You're lying. You're a liar. You're a liar.
So then what happened? So you think she's drunk? She says she's not.
I know she's drunk.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, she stumbles over. She's arguing with people. She starts an argument with my girlfriend Tracy.
I did not start it. You know this one. I don't even know her. She's telling me
like
what I look like.
How did you get over to Tracy? In a bar where you two weren't together?
In a bar that I go to every night. He knows I'm going to be there. What did he show up for?
Question. How did you get over to Tracy?
She stumbled.
How did you get over there?
I don't know. I just
saw
them in the
bar.
She
stumbled.
So you walked over to them.
She stumbled.
Okay.
No, I just ran into them. I didn't know they were going to be there. It's my bar, not theirs.
Oh, it's your bar. Okay.
Yeah,
I go there every night.
Okay.
He knows it. What was I doing there if he didn't want to see me?
So now you're in the bar you're in front of him, in front of Blake and his girlfriend Tracy.
That's right.
And you said you did not start.
Very beautiful.
Oh,
girlfriend?
You know what? Please.
Whatever.
So now here you are,
beautiful.
Not starting an argument. You say, but you had an okay. So what were you doing? You had an exchange of words.
Just talking, and she all of a sudden, like right away, starts in like, "Who do you think you are talking to my man? Her man. She stole him from me in the first place."
Well, we were having a nice dinner. You were interrupting us.
Okay, so let's move on. So you're over there talking to Tracy just in a nice way, and all of a sudden it just became an argument. All of her fault.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so now the argument ensues, and then what happens?
Well, you know, I felt like she was getting drunk, and I noticed that she was pulling her keys out, you know, and I didn't want her driving home drunk.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Even though she's such a liar and you hate her and all
And
that.
suddenly he's
that's
Mr.
right,
Responsibility.
because I wanted to do the right thing.
Like you've ever cared about stuff like that in your life. You are such a jerk.
What are you talking about? I wanted to do the right thing.
I
wanted to do the right thing.
For me,
you
don't even, if you don't even like me.
Let's go. Come back.
I need a drink. So now you see her with the keys and you're upset because you think she can't drive. So let me guess. You decide, gee, I think I'll drive her home.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't feel compelled to, but I felt like it was the right thing to do.
The right thing to do? When have you ever done that in your life?
What did Tracy think about that?
Like you care about the right thing to do.
Can I talk
look
here,
at him.
please?
Does he look like the kind of guy who wants to do the right thing?
What did Tracy think about you leaving her?
Look at you.
Look at me,
what
Blake.
did Tracy think?
What did Tracy... Thank you.
I'm getting to that point.
What did Tracy think about the fact that you're leaving her in the bar to go drive your ex-girlfriend home?
Well, Tracy didn't like that idea, to be honest with you.
Do you blame her?
You know? Do I blame her?
Yes.
Well, I mean, no, I don't blame her.
Okay. So now you drop her off at the house. Then what happens?
Well, you know, she calls Tracy and accused me of having sex with her. I mean, would I have sex with her? Look at her. She looks like a slut. I wouldn't have sex with her. I have a beautiful girlfriend who I love very much. What are you talking about? Look at her. I mean, tell me, doesn't she look like a slut? She looks like a slut.
Because she doesn't believe in it.
So what are you saying?
That's not true. I love my girlfriend.
Tanya.
He knows I'm the only one
I
who
love
can
my
satisfy
girlfriend.
him.
She's beautiful.
Yeah,
What are you
whatever.
saying? What are you saying happened? Did he sleep with you or not?
He told me. Yes, he slept with me. Of course he did.
I did not sleep with her.
That
I
was
did
the
not
whole
sleep
point
with
in
her.
the first place. He was begging for it. He is desperate for sex.
I drove
His
her
girlfriend
home.
won't give it to
took
him.
me about an hour to get in.
And you
why
loved
did
it.
you know,
You loved it.
No,
it was the best
I
sex
put
you
her
ever
keys.
had in your
Would you
life.
let me talk, please?
So what?
I put her
Yes or
keys
no?
away. I was waiting for a cab to go back. As I went back to the bar, Tracy was gone.
Of course
Now,
she
next
was.
day
Do
I
you
went to
blame
talk.
her?
Well, I went to
I
talk to
don't blame
Tracy,
her.
and she said Tonya called her and said I had sex with her.
Of course
Gee, what
I
a
did.
surprise.
Yeah, well, you know. I
Well,
don't
she
need
said,
I don't
you know
need
what?
it that
When we were
bad. You know, I have
together,
sex 3 or 4 times with
Tracy called
Tracy.
me and told me that
okay.
my man
It's
was
true.
after her.
You know
And
what
I'm
I
like,
mean,
well, why
Angela?
don't
I mean,
keep
you know,
your
a
mouth
guy needs
shut?
what he
Man.
needs, you know?
So what's your point? You're saying that you didn't have sex with her because you
Yeah,
have
what
sex
is
with
your
Tracy?
point?
Is that
That's
your
right.
point?
That's exactly what I'm
So
saying.
that's the
She's a
reason
liar.
I'm
I had
supposed
sex
to
with
believe
Tracy.
that. Oh. So because you had sex with Tracy,
You do
means
not
I have sex with
with
Tracy 3 or 4 times a day.
Tracy won't give him sex. This
Well,
is the whole problem
How do you
here.
It's
know
easy
all
enough
that?
to solve this. We do have her phone number. I could call her up. That's
No,
not a
but
problem.
she's at work right now.
Good idea.
Well, if you have that number, that'd be fine.
I don't have that number. She's a professional,
Like
you know.
you don't
she's
have
working.
her number.
Oh,
He's
so
lying
she's
again.
She's an ice cream scooper.
Tell you what,
you know?
I got the number.
My girlfriend.
I call her all the
No,
time.
okay,
I'll
hold
give
on
it
a
to
sec.
you. I'll give it to you.
Okay, no, all right.
Well, you're going to
Okay,
tell
well,
the truth now?
you know-
For once?
Well, see, the problem is that,
What is the problem?
well, Tracy,
That's what I'd like to
she
know.
has this premarital sex rule, you know. I don't know, it's a God thing, you know. So,
You know, how
well,
long did it take you to come up out of the gutter to get here? Really?
excuse me?
You heard me.
You heard her.
Because I don't understand. You know, you have this, you're all over the map here.
No, well, what really happened was that when I drove her home, she was all over me, you know. And, you know, I'm only a guy. You know, I haven't had sex in a long time. It's about 4 months or so, you know.
So what is your point?
You
The
can't
point
forget
is that she was tempting me.
The point is all
She
along.
was tempting me, that's the
He
point.
wanted me. He's driving me home, one hand on the wheel, the other
Oh,
hand on
what
my
was
skirt.
your, where was
That's
your
all
hand?
he was
Excuse me.
thinking about.
Ask her where her hand was.
My
I
hands
don't
were in
even
my
want to
pockets,
know.
pal.
You know,
See?
I don't even want to know because my question to both of you is, what the hell are you doing here? What do you want me to
Good
do?
question.
I want her
He
to
dragged me.
tell Tracy that it was just
That what? That
that
you
it was
that
it was
you
an
lied?
accident. It was an accident.
Oh, sick.
Okay.
Shoot me and
kinda
put me out of my misery. You got to be kidding. I'm going to resolution. You wasting my time. That's it. Every time I think I've seen it all, somebody else comes on here and surprises me. Blake, I hope Tracy never talks to you again, because if she does, she's stupid. You know, you disrespected her when you left her in the bar. That's where you made your first mistake. You had no business leaving her there to go take Tonya home for any reason, not to mention the fact of what happened. That was just absolutely disrespectful. You know, just because your excuse for sleeping with Tonya was, well, you know, Angela, I'm a man. You're a man, not an animal, okay? And that's questionable. Tonya, you know, you need to respect yourself and realize that the only reason that you slept with Blake was to get back at Tracy. And you have to ask yourself, as you lay there wet on the bed, what for? What did I get for this? What was this? What did I get? You got nothing out of it, nothing. It didn't hurt Tracy. It didn't hurt Blake. It only hurt you. You know, what separates man from animals is man's ability to choose. Both of you made poor choices, all the way around. They were poor, they were immature, and what I would suggest is that you, Blake, need to realize that if you're going to be a man, be a man. Be a man by your actions, not by how many women you sleep with. And when it comes to you, Tonya, you have to realize that it's not about what bar you're in or how much you had to drink. It's going to be the decisions that you make. That's how people are going to judge you. So when you look down the road and you have to decide where is it each of you are going to end up, which I hope is away from each other, you want to be in a better spot. That's the whole goal, to be better off than you were before. So what I would say to you is, you know, there's an old song, you probably don't know it, but there's an old song that the Staples singer sang a long time ago, and it says over and over again, respect yourself. I suggest you go to a vintage store and buy it. Put it on the record player, put it in the CD, put on your headphones, and let it permeate your brain, because neither one of you are respecting yourself. So therefore, you can't respect anybody else. And that's that, the final word.
Next on Singles Court, pennies from heaven became the issue from hell.
After the fun was done, the bank phoned me and said, we want our money back.
Dave says it's payback time.
So I asked her for the money. She clicked the phone in my ear. Click.
Pam thinks he should be left holding the
He
bag.
needs to take responsibility for everything that he did.
And welcome back to Singles Court. I'm David Knight. We're back with two more singles who have a relationship problem that they couldn't work out themselves. So they've come to see the woman with the final word, relationship expert Angela Siegel.
You know, I'm getting ready for that singles fashion show.
Oh my.
I have four new outfits to wear.
Is there a bikini section?
Of course, that's the one I'm in.
Nice, very nice. All right, Angela, meet Dave and Pam. Dave says Pam helped him spend a bunch of money that didn't belong to either of them. So he wants her to help pay the money back. She says he gave her the money, so she doesn't owe a thing. I call it the case of the pay or play relationship, or I like my moneymaker stirred, not shaken.
So Dave, how do you end up with more money than is owed to you?
Well, I'm just going to start from the top.
Okay.
What happened is we've been dating for 3 years now. We've
Living
been
together for the last year.
Right. Okay. So what had happened was I planned a night, you know, take her around in the town in the anniversary thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. So I saved $200, right? And we went to the bank, put my card in, bam, came out $2,000. I'm like, wow, this is nice.
Las Vegas,
right,
jackpot.
Right on. So here I am. I looked at the statement. It says a withdrawal of only $200, which means not showing up. She's standing right behind me. She's like jumping around.
That's not exactly how it happened, all right? I said to him, I said, what if you spend all the money and the bank comes back and asks you to pay it back? Yes, that's exactly what I said to you. And you sit there and you said to me.
But she played it totally different here.
You said to me, don't be such a downer. And I said, fine, whatever, all right?
But wait a minute. Now, here's the part where you say, I said, fine, whatever, but I'm not going to let you spend any of that money on me. I'm not going to let you use any of that money on me.
Oh, but
and I don't want any
that's
of
exactly
that
what I'm talking
tainted
about.
money.
Right.
But I did
No, you did it. So anyways, we just went along with it. Pretty much we went a night on the town. We went to a nicer restaurant we planned.
I bet you did. You were living large,
yeah,
weren't you?
we went to the jazz club. Like, we were really living it up.
It's fun when you didn't work for it, isn't it? I know.
It's kind of fun. So pretty much, you know, we're having fun. We went dancing, all that. We had a few drinks and everything. We had a cab shuttle us around town. She said nothing about this the whole time. Exactly. Whole time.
Yeah, but you gave the money to me, right?
Well,
the same money that you know wasn't his.
She knew the money. She knew it wasn't mine. So you know, we're like going around town having fun. She was loving this. You know, night out in town with the big daddy. So anyways, here I am now. Here I am.
Big daddy. Yeah, you're big daddy. All right.
So pretty much what had happened was, you know, we had fun. Then, you know, little things started happening, like the bank phoned me. After the fun was done, the bank phoned me and said, we want our money back.
Were you surprised? Well, you really think you're going to get to keep that money?
I know, but because it didn't show up on my, you know, my account.
Yeah, but I did tell him, I said, what if the bank comes and asks for the money back? And he was more concerned about the money sitting in his hand than any future ramifications that was going to happen.
Pam.
And I think, you know what, if you were going to hold me 50% responsible for
Pam. You told him, but what did you do? See, what you do is you walk away and you say, I don't want any of that tainted money.
But he gave me the money as a gift.
How can he give you something that's
not his?
Did
you not give me the money at the end of the night as a gift?
How, well, Pam, question. How can somebody give you something that's not theirs? Okay, let me give you a little American history. When you move onto a land and there's Indians living there, you didn't discover it. So it's kind of the same thing. He's giving you something that doesn't belong to him, and you knew it didn't belong to him. Okay?
So the bank called. The bank said, "Hey, you know, we discovered the mistake. We want you to pay the money back. You have 30 days.
Rightfully
30
so.
Days.
Yeah.
30 days. I was going to throw my butt in jail, and I said, "Hey, I'm not going to jail for that." So pretty much, I called her up. I said, "Listen, this is what happened. The bank found out about it, and hey, we got to pay this money back." So I asked her for the money. She clicked the phone in my ear. Click, bam.
What did you ask her for? Did you ask her for all the money that you spent on her?
I asked her for $1,000 back because I gave her
$1,000, which he gave to me as a gift. You know what?
He
needs to take responsibility for the actions and the decisions that he makes, all right?
I agree.
He decided to keep the money.
We went shopping.
And he's the one who decided to give me the $1,000, all right? So him paying back the money is completely his responsibility.
Ask her about the shopping spree we went on the following day.
Well, I have a bigger issue. You have a relationship with this man for 3 years.
Yeah.
You live together for 1 year. You live in the same household.
Yep.
Right.
And, you know, I work as a nurse.
Wait a minute, Pam. So whatever he owes, you owe too, because you live together. You have a relationship. You knew it wasn't his money. So now I want you to explain to me how you feel justified not being responsible. He has to take responsibility for it, but tell me how you feel justified saying tough.
He has to take responsibility for his actions, all right? He's the one who made the decision. And anytime he gets into any financial trouble, he always has his rich daddy to bail him out. Either that, and he never accepts responsibility for his own problems.
Don't you want to help your boyfriend?
You know what? I love him.
She always talks about
this. And I care about him, but he needs to take responsibility for everything that he does.
And how is he going to do that? By you not helping him?
Well, you know, when were you going to tell me about this?
What's that?
What's that?
This is a return check from the bank.
Oh.
His dad paid the $2,000.
Oh, no. You didn't. You went through my stuff.
You know what?
You went through my stuff.
I was looking for $10 to take a cab to work, all right? And I came across that check.
I can't.
And I've held on to that check.
You know
what? And I decided.
You know what? What's your point? First of all, his dad makes very bad decisions as well. That's what I would say. But what's that got to do with you?
You know what?
And you're so big with this high and mighty. He's got to take responsibility for his own actions. What about you?
She always brings my dad. My dad makes the money. I don't. I don't make any. I work for a living.
Money.
Exactly. And you know what? I gave you a chance to fess up about that. I gave you weeks. I was wondering if he'd tell me the truth that his dad paid for it, or whether he'd continue to ask me for the money.
But
Angela.
For the last 3 weeks, he's been asking me for the money. All right.
Back to my question, because I'm asking you a question, don't answer mine. What does him paying that have to do with the fact that you still allowed him to spend money on you that wasn't his?
He gave me the money as a gift.
I was drunk that night. I was drunk.
I don't care about you being drunk.
You didn't know exactly what you were doing? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I didn't know what I was. I was drunk.
I can't believe
we had a
you're
great
sitting there
time.
saying that I was taking advantage of you in your drunken state, that you gave me this $1,000.
Pretty much.
All right, Pam, Dave, we're getting somewhere here. We're getting somewhere here.
If you happen to be walking down the mall and some little girl, thug, decides to steal something and gives it to you as a gift, is it yours?
Well, that person.
That would be no. That's the answer. And guess what? That's not yours either. So if you want to take him to take responsibility, you have to as well.
That's right. That's right.
And you.
And it's not like I didn't try and stop him from taking the money.
Were you planning on paying your dad back?
Of course, that's exactly.
No, he was planning on making a
that's
nice
exactly what I was going to do.
profit for himself. He wasn't going to give that money back to his dad.
I said to my dad, "You can call him right now if you
want." What, you think we're a bunch of
number.
suckers that you're going to make a little, profit off?
Do
I look like I'm stupid?
I might spend time in jail.
You know what? I'm going to my resolution because you're going to make me want to go to jail. Goodbye.
I can't believe you.
What do you mean you can't believe it? You're the one who should have admitted about this.
If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Dave, you knew that money wasn't yours. You knew that, and you knew it was just a matter of time, and you'd probably get caught. You took a risk. You got caught. It happens. I hope and pray that your dad did not bail you out and that he is making you pay that money back, because if he doesn't, obviously you'll never learn your lesson. You know, Pam, I believe that you were along for the ride. I think you enjoyed it. I think you were having a good old time until he got caught. Then it sounded good to say, well, you know, he needs to take responsibility for his own actions. Well, you know what, when that finger was pointing at him, you should have looked at the four that were pointing back at you. You know, You did the same thing. You took the same risk he took, and you got caught. You know, you could have walked away. You could have said, no, we're not going to do this. This is wrong. And then maybe, just maybe, he'd have followed your lead, and then you wouldn't have been in the situation in the first place. You chose not to do that. You know, shared risk brings shared rewards, but they also bring shared responsibility. And in this case, Pam, you were unwilling to share the responsibility. You wanted the rewards, and you're willing to take the risk, but you didn't want to take the responsibility. What I would suggest, the two of you live together. I mean, you have a relationship, an ongoing relationship. You need to get together, take the household budget, and pay the money back because you both enjoyed it. That's what you need to do. And just take this as a lesson for the relationship. And remember, relationships are just like the automatic teller machine. You can only withdraw what you personally deposit. That's each one of you. If you don't make a deposit, you can't take back more than you put in. So you don't have to be a mathematician to figure that out. If you want this to last, you need to follow the rules. And that's that, the final word.
Well, today was all about seeing what you can get away with. With your girlfriend, you might get away with cheating for a while. But with a bank, you will always get nailed. We'll see you next time on Singles Court, the final word for singles.